You've likely heard the saying, if first you don't succeed, try again. America's adversaries and enemies are working 24/7 trying to undermine our national security and steal our most guarded secrets. Cybersecurity analysts say the solar winds and Colonial gas pipeline are only two recent hacking successes. Worse cyber attacks and greater dangers to U.S. national security are coming. Well, joining us is former Defense Intelligence Agency officer Rebekah Koffler. She's author of the book Putin's Playbook, Russia's Secret Plan to Defeat America. Rebekah, it's a pleasure to talk with you. So I know China may be our greatest threat, but of course, you're also concerned about Russia. Why? What is President Putin up to? What's his strategy?
Hi, Gary. Pleasure to be here. Well, first of all, if I may, I would like to correct you because Russia has been designated as the top threat to U.S. security by none else but General Van Kirk himself. He's the commander of NORTHCOM and NORAD, North American Airspace Defense Command. This is the combatant command that protects America from missile attacks. And so this general recently has stated clearly and unequivocally that Russia is the top threat. With regard to Putin's strategy, cyber attacks is just one prong of a multi-phase, multi-prong strategy that is designed to defeat and destabilize the United States.
Well, I've been told by a number of cybersecurity analysts that non-government Russian hackers are mostly interested in extorting money from wealthy companies, individuals, like the Colonial Pipeline, the JBS meat producer, those cyber attacks earlier this year. So how does Vladimir Putin use cyber attacks like those to his advantage?
Well, first and foremost, we must remember that it's a classic Russian intelligence tradecraft to use third parties to perform operations that advance the goals of the Russian government.
What do they want to do here, Rebekah? Do they want to shut down our power grid or nuclear secrets or what? What are they after specifically?
Sure. Well, cyber is actually a weapon, and it is a weapon based on Russian doctrine, and they have designated cyber as a battlefield akin to air, sea, and ground, right? So, and this tool is pretty flexible the way that they designed it. If we are not in the wartime period, the shooting war, as Joe Biden has referred to, then attacks, devastating attacks on our critical infrastructure are not likely, meaning they're not bringing the power grid down. They only intend to, A, exfiltrate information to, quote unquote, prepare the battle space, and also to destabilize the society. Because when our companies are attacked and they pay ransom, and these attacks cause shortages, whether it's in our meat and burger supply or in our gasoline, that weakens our society and undermines it. So, but during wartime, you'd better believe it, the Russians have a doctrine that cyber is able to hit in one spot that will be very, very precisely targeted, that the entire system will collapse. At least that's what they expect.
And you'd think in the aftermath of the solar winds and Colonial Pipeline and the JBS attacks that a massive effort would be underway to better protect corporate and government servers, but I suspect that hasn't happened. Why not, Rebekah?
That's actually a puzzle to me as well. I am completely stunned that the Russians have been hacking our networks for more than 20 years. The first covert cyber operation by the Russians was codenamed by our cybersecurity researchers the Moonlight Maze. It took place in the 90s, where they exfiltrated massive amounts of data out of government, military networks, all the way to weapons labs. And so for years, we've been talking about, everybody's talking about, both administrations, actually, Republican and Democrats. Dan Coats, the former director of national intelligence under President Trump, kept saying how the lights are blinking red, referring to the Russian threat, including cyber attacks, but nothing has been done. And it's puzzling. My assessment is that it's costly, right? And the companies want to save money, but actually they must do that because in the long run, they're going to lose a lot more money. And as far as the government is concerned, the government is simply incompetent in implementing very effective strategies. Look, they allowed Kaspersky Software, which is run by the former quote-unquote KGB officer, the quote-unquote antivirus software run on government networks. I mean, how more incompetent does it get?
Okay, well, we're looking for competence from our government now and from corporations, and let's pray that they do something before it's too late. Rebekah Koffler, former DIA officer, intelligence expert, author of the book, Putin's Playbook, Russia's Secret Plan to Defeat America. Thank you, Rebekah, for sharing those insights with us.
Thank you. My prayers as well.